Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to let it go. Really want it like that. Yeah. Right, rearranging, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up at your seat. Live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right, rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right, rear racing. We ain't playing. Start your engines, bleeding souls high. Right, rear racing. We ain't playing. Start your engines. It's showtime.
And welcome back to round number 2 of our doubleheader here tonight on Right Rear Racing as we bring you round number 5 of the Demolition Tour here with Regal Promotions Esports. And hopefully the ticker will get fixed here as these drivers are getting their admin box drivers meeting now. We also have third-party gaming is going to be your white flag sponsor. It's going to be hard for me to keep up the white flags here with all the mayhem that's going to be happening. We also have your victory lane sponsor. We're going to hear from your top 3 drivers after this race is over with, and that's presented by Apex Graphics. We're not going to have a pit road tonight, but thanks to Dirt Series Promotions for being the pit road sponsor here with all Regal Promotions esports events. Driver of the Year and Last Lap Hero sponsor is your F&D Awareness. We also have Full Throttle Motorsports, your green flag sponsor. Regal Promotions Esports Shop is your warm-up session sponsor, but we don't have any warm-ups here. We're just going to do our practice session here tonight and follow straight into your 60-lap main event. Again, there's no cautions, no black flags. It's going to be mayhem. You see Benjamin in that 14 machine there. He's trying to figure out how he can cut the course and come through and hit someone there as they come off of turn number 4. We also have your practice sponsor, which these drivers are doing now. It's presented by Sweet Tea Gang. TJ Visuals is your fastest lap sponsor, and Victory Fuel is your 4-wide salute sponsor. We don't have any 4-wide here tonight. Again, a quick rundown for the rules here. There are no rules with this series. There's not going to be any cautions, any black flags, nothing. It's all mayhem. The only thing that you can't really do is drive backwards. If you drive backwards, you will be disqualified per the iRacing server. As we jump onto the asphalt side here at Langley this week, you see a little bit of different style here. As you see Derek, he's out here in an SK modified. We have Josh Slater. He's going to be in a late model stock. Aiden Schramm and Ben, they're both in your Lucas Oil off-road trucks. And we also have Andrew Regal in one of the late model stocks as well, as I believe, trying to find Armando, see where he's at. We also have Jimbo Rooney in SK modified as well. I don't know what's going on with why you're not seeing everything over there on your left-hand side. Hopefully it'll fix itself in after the practice session is over with. Quick rundown of your points here. James Rooney, he's won 3 of the 4 races. He's currently sitting as your points leader with 230 points. 52 points behind him is going to be Derek, as he's sitting there with 178 points. And third is Andrew Regal with 172 points. Josh Slater, he's moved up 2 spots since last race. He has 160 points, and he's sitting fourth. Rounding out your top 5 is going to be Robert Puckett with 149 points. And for your team points here, the Regal Promotions Esports, they're kind of walking away with it here as they have 510 points. Velocity Motorsports is sitting in second with 249. We have Caden Berry Motorsports in third with 178. Your Elite Performance Industries is in fourth with 160. And Slide Job, Syndicate, none of those drivers have made a race yet as they are rounding out your top 5 there. As for Regal Promotions Esports, they have another event on the 12th and the 13th. On the 12th, they go to your Speed Palace Showdown as they take on Port Royal Speedway with 40 laps in the 358 modifieds custom fixed setup with a 3,500 iRating cap, and you can catch that action live on Regal Promotions Esports on that following Wednesday on May 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern. The Regal Promotions Esports Windy City 200 by Regal Promotions Esports Gaming as those drivers take on Chicagoland for 134 laps. That's going to be your NASCAR O'Reilly Series with a custom fixed setup with a 2,000 plus iRating cap. And that's going to be caught live on Regal Promotions Esports. And as for us, we go to Martinsville next week to round out those 6-week series here with your Demolition Tour, as we are currently at Langley, and should be interesting to see who's going to be winning this series here. See if anyone can catch Jimbo Rooney. And for the points, how they kind of work here, get 60 points for winning the race, 55 for second, 50 for third, 45 for fourth, 40 for fifth, 36 for sixth, 32 for seventh, and 28 for ninth. As we do only have 8 drivers here tonight, so for Derek to try to close in that gap just a little bit, he's going to need Jimbo Rooney to finish off in 8th to get 32 points, and he has to win the race and get that 60 points. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it wrong. 28 points for 8th, so he needs 28 points there for Jimbo Rooney's, and then Derek to win the race and get 60 and close in that gap. And Armando Melgoza, he's going to be the only one in a NASCAR Craftsman truck here. As you see, we have 3 SK modifieds. I believe that's going to be Jimbo Rooney right there in that black 27. And a few of these drivers did have a better half running in that first race here tonight. I believe it's going to be Robert Puckett. We also had Andrew Regal's better half and Jimbo Rooney's better half all running in that series, or running in that race. Thanks again to all those that participated in that better half event. And once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are joining in on this broadcast tonight. And that practice session is going to be over with, so we're going to go into our main event here tonight. And all my overlays are not working. You see up there in the top left-hand corner of your screen, it says not found, as it's not pulling up my data here to put onto the broadcast, but we can go ahead and run down everything. Aiden Schramm in that 86 machine, he's going to start on the pole with Jimbo Rooney on his outside. Ben in that 14 machine is going to be inside row number 2 with Derek on his outside in the 41. Josh Slater in that 30 machine is going to be inside row number 3. Start P5, and P6 is going to be the 78 of Armando Melgoza. Inside row number 4 is going to be Andrew Regal in that 08. And Robert Puckett in that 45 machine, he's going to be rounding out the field, as Tracy Puckett ended up winning that Better Half race. So Robert Puckett is going to be trying to get up there, but Armando Melgoza is saying, no, you're not going to win this race, and starting off the mayhem now early before we even get the green flag here for round number 5. Jimbo Rooney saying, I'm getting away, and he's going to hit that loud pedal and already get underway here, as Aiden Schramm is going to be trying to take out the 41 of Derek. Derek's coming down, and he's going to try to cut him down. And Regal's already right there. Regal's looking down low. Josh Slater's right there. Going to tap Regal going into the turn, and that was Ben that came in there and hit. And also Armando hit Regal, and Armando's going to ramp over top of Regal there. Jimbo Rooney's getting out there in front of everyone, and he's already 2 laps in here. Again, it's 60 laps. Hopefully we get this ticker going here. Aiden Schramm is in second. He's in that truck there. He's trying to get the 41 of Derek and try to take him out, as the 86 is looking to go. I thought he was going to try to go up high. The 41 of Derek's going to make that pass there and take over your second position, as Jimbo Rooney is getting away. He's looking to try to make the lap on the rest of the field, as he's just completed 4 laps here tonight so far, as Derek in that 041 has completed 3.8. We have a 10-second gap between the top 2 drivers, and the green flag has officially dropped here, as I believe we're going to reset here with the official green flag, as everyone's laps are resetting here, as Jimbo Rooney is on lap number 2 here, and Derek is on lap number 2 as well. Aiden Schramm, he's right there as well in that 86 machine. He's got lucky and got on that reset. Josh Slater moved up into your second position. Jimbo Rooney is going to be falling back here, as Jimbo Rooney is looking to cut the infield here. He's cutting the infield and coming around and made a little bit of contact with the other SK Modified. Josh Slater is going to take over the lead here in that number 30 machine, as he's working his way off turn number 2. The 45 of Robert Puckett is going to be in that SK Modified. He's moved up from the bottom back of the pack up to the front. He's trying to redeem himself after his wife, Tracy Puckett, ended up taking home the win in that Better Half race. As you see, there's a little bit of contact there. Jimbo Rooney has made his way around. He's moved up into your second position. Josh Slater in that 30 machine, he's still out there up front. We're going to try to still maintain and try to get the ticker going. It's not seeming like it's not working here. We have 5 laps in. Jimbo Rooney just took over the lead. Robert Puckett made that pass right back around him. As we look at Jimbo Rooney here running the infield, he's going to run the infield back down the back straightaway. That's going to allow the 30 machine, or 08, Regal to get back around him, and Ben swung and a miss there, as he ended up hitting the outside wall. Robert Puckett still up front. He's going to be the one to watch out for, as we do have, he's going to spin out going down the back straightaway. Jimbo Rooney's going to go back to the front. The 78 Armando Melgoza is going to be running that inside. That's going to allow the 27 of Jimbo Rooney to get up there front. Aiden Schramm just swung and a miss right there as well, as he did collect Armando Melgoza in that 78 machine. Now we have this 86 of Aiden Schramm doing some side donuts there. He's trying to get flipped back over onto his wheels there, and he ended up flipping it back over and getting back underway. Jimbo Rooney still taking home the lead so far. Has about a 5-second gap on Robert Puckett in that 45 machine. Jimbo Rooney's still right there, but right in front of him is going to be Andrew Regal. Regal's going to look, try to spin him out here or do something, as Schramm's going to miss, but Schramm is going to hit Regal and take Regal up to the top of the track, put Regal on his side. Schramm's going to try to flip it back around, as he taps Melgoza and ends up flipping Regal once again. Regal's back onto his wheels, as that's going to be Schramm, going all kinds of crazy right now in that off-road truck. trying to get it turned back around so that way he doesn't get disqualified by iRacing. Jimbo Rooney's still out front, and Jimbo Rooney is going to end up making contact with Schramm. Schramm's going to be on his lid here going into turn number 1. He's going to be a hazard as these drivers continue running here. And we're going to go back to Schramm as the 08 of Regal just flipped him back up onto his shoes. Jimbo Rooney is still taking home the lead so far, but Melgoza's going to say different on that and push him onto the outside wall. That's going to allow Robert Puckett, the 45 machine, to get back around and take over the lead. Again, we're doing 60 laps here tonight. We have one going flipping like crazy, and that's going to be Ben in that 14 machine as the 30 of Josh Slater ended up taking out Ben in that off-road truck. We got Schramm up on the outside wall there as the 78 of Melgoza is going to be right there as well. These two drivers are looking like they're trying to work together and trying to get some damage going. You see some damage right there between the off-road trucks. The 45 of Robert Puckett, he's trying to avoid it all as he's working his way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. We do have 15 laps in the books here at the line. With 15 laps in the books, running 60-lap event here tonight. The 86 of Schramm, he's still causing mayhem there in turns 1 and 2. Schramm's only ran 7 laps here so far, as your leader has ran now 16 laps. And Jimbo Rooney is going to be right there. He's about 5 seconds behind your current race leader, as Derek in that 041 is going to be running in third, as he's a little bit over almost a lap down, or he is a lap down here, as we do have mayhem happening there in 3 and 4, and that's going to involve Robert Puckett and Armando Melgoza, and it was also Jimbo Rooney. But Jimbo Rooney's back up front now as he's going to go into turn number 3. He's going to try to avoid all the mayhem now. He's been pretty good about that, as he's won 3 races so far of the 4 completed races. And looking at it, Jimbo Rooney has 18.8 laps in, make that 19 laps, and Robert Puckett is still on the lead lap, but Robert Puckett's coming out of turn number 2. Jimbo Rooney was going in turn number 1, as I believe every driver is down a lap except for Robert. Robert's trying to maintain onto that lead lap. We're going to go through the field here, try to get someone and see where all the mayhem's happening. There's your top 3 as we ran down there. Jimbo Rooney, Robert Puckett, and Derek in that 041. Josh Slater in that 30 machines in 4th. Andrew Regal in the 08, and causing mayhem right there in front of Robert Puckett in the 45. That's going to be Andrew Regal in the 08 running in 5th. Aiden Schramm's going to go down the pit lane and get a car back, trying to get something here, trying to time it just right to take someone out here in turn number 1. And he's right there on Robert Puckett, taking Puckett out. But Rooney's going to be the one to watch out for as he's taking off with the lead. And Regal's right there as well, making contact with Ben. I believe Ben made contact and just ran right out of the field as he goes away there. And looking back, he's in the pit lane. He's coming back here onto the track. 78 Melgoza. He's trying to figure out how to take out that 27 of Jimbo Rooney. He's cutting the infield and going to hit that rut coming off of the infield there off 4. Go to outside wall there. Jimbo Rooney's still out front. He has a lap and a half on your leader, or on your second place runner right now of Robert Puckett. As Jimbo Rooney has 25 laps in the books on this 60-lap event here tonight. And we're going to and Aiden Schramm in that 86 made contact with Andrew Regal in that 08 machine and goes on the outside of the track. He's coming back out here as you see Aiden in that 86 machine on pit lane. The 14 of Ben, he's still on pit lane. The 78 machine of Armando Melgoza, he's going to be right there. He's going to spin out right in front of your leader. He is trying to come down and take out Jimbo Rooney. Jimbo Rooney does have a target on his back as he's looking to put 2 laps on your second place runner here. As we go watch with Jimbo Rooney, you know something's going to happen to the leader here momentarily. Armando Melgoza, he's back into the pit lane. Aiden Schramm, he's still there. Ben, he's back out on the track as Regal's in that 08 machine. And Regal's going to take out Jimbo there. And Ben's going to do it right there, collect him as well, going to turn number 1. Slow down as Jimbo Rooney's looking to go around. Josh Slater's going to collect him and spin him around. Jimbo's going to go to the infield here and try to avoid all the mayhem as he goes cuts the infield there on turn 2. Regal's going to be right there and hit him into the outside wall, and Josh Slater's going to swing and a miss as Rooney's car broke and back fixed here. Slater is going to go around there courtesy of Rooney. Rooney's back putting another lap on Robert Puckett, but here comes the 08 of Regal. Regal's trying to take him up, but Regal's going to get spun around, and Jimbo Rooney's going to maintain the lead and keep going here. Derek in that 041, he's going to be running in second. He's still 1 lap down with Robert Puckett looking to be 2 laps down. He's on his lid there in 3 and 4. Is someone going to come around and flip him back over as Ben tried? He's going to go out of the park there as Ben made contact, and you see that Ben went ghost mode there. That means that he went off the track. The 78 of Melgoza, he's going to try to flip Puckett back over. Puckett got flipped back over onto his shoes due to Melgoza in that 78 machine. Jimbo Rooney still out in the lead with 33. Make that 34 laps now. 34 laps in the books with Derek in that 041 on lap number 33. Robert Puckett's back out on the track in that 45 machine. He's on lap number 31 with him on lap number 31, and Jimbo Rooney on lap number 35. We do have some laps to make up here as Josh Slater slows down in front of Jimbo Rooney. The 86 of Aiden Schramm's going to hit Rooney up into the outside wall there as they go into turn number 3. Going to go ahead and spin him out and make him face the wrong way in turns 3 and 4 as he spins around in turn number 4. Going to hit the inside wall there. Who's going to come around and make contact there? Derek's trying to get back around. Derek's going to make that pass, and Derek in that 41 machine is going to take home the lead. And Jimbo Rooney's still stuck up on that inside wall, stuck on the berm, and Regal flip him or try to help him out and flip him over onto his lid. Derek's out front now. Is Derek going to avoid the mayhem as he is on lap number 37, putting Jimbo Rooney down 2 laps here as the 14 of Ben. He's going to try to make contact with Derek. Derek's avoided it all. Rooney's still on his lid there in 3 and 4 as Regal's trying to flip him back over. And Robert Puckett's back on the same lap as Rooney. Is Puckett going to end up getting around Rooney here? That's the big question as the 78 of Armando Melgoza is right there going in turn number 3 with Robert Puckett. Jimbo Rooney's going in turn number 1 as Robert Puckett is now going in turn number 1. And your leader is right behind the drivers. Here comes the 78. He's looking to squeeze the 041 of Derek down low. The 78 swung and missed, but he's going to come in hot, and he's going to hit the 041 of Derek as he goes in turn number 3. Spin Derek around. That's going to allow Jimbo Rooney and Robert Puckett to close that distance just a little bit as we have 40 laps down here in your 60-lap main event here tonight. And it's been Derek, Jimbo, and Robert who have all led a lap here so far tonight. You don't want to lead a lap as you do have a target on your back. And Derek is now 2 laps in front of Jimbo Rooney and Robert Puckett. Here comes the 86 of Aiden Schramm slowing down Derek. Derek's going to slow down tremendously. Avoid that mayhem there and get going. We're going to go back to Aiden Schramm. Schramm's going to try to swing on Jimbo and miss there, and we're going to go back up to the front with the 041 of Derek. He's going to try to avoid the mayhem for the last half of this, last half of this race here. As it's Robert Puckett still in third, and the 78 of Armando Melgoza, he's going to be right there making his way off the pit lane. Aiden Schramm still in the 86 machine. He's slowing down in front of Regal, and Regal's right there on his bumper. What's going to happen here between these drivers as they're putting around on the front straightaway? We're going to watch out as these drivers mayhem, and they flip over the 041. They make him go out of the park. He's going to go back into the pit lane and have to tow back. That's going to allow Jimbo Rooney and Robert Puckett to close in on the gap here as Jimbo Rooney is working his way through 3 and 4. He's on lap number 43. Derek is on lap number 44. And Jimbo's going to try to get going here and get back onto the lead lap. That's going to allow Jimbo, Rooney, and Derek to get around, as Ben's going to be right there and make contact with Jimbo, Rooney. Ben's going to hit the inside berm, and now you have three drivers on the lead lap. That's going to be Jimbo, Rooney, who's currently in the lead once again. Robert Puckett in second, and Derek in third. And Derek's going to try to get back underway here momentarily. He's still getting some of those laps in here. The 86 of Schramm, he's slowing down Puckett. And now, and Ben's going to be right there slowing down Puckett. And Jimbo Rooney is now the leader here with lap number 46 in the books, with Robert Puckett running in second with 44 laps in the books. He's going to be 2 laps down now. See if these drivers can take out Rooney to allow Puckett to get back onto the lead lap. Derek's waiting to get back into the track here and back on the track. As we watch Jimbo Rooney here, he's going around the track here, being smooth and consistent with 47 laps in the books, with Robert Puckett with 45 laps. And Robert can't get around Ben and Josh Slater. He's going to try to take out Rooney once again. Rooney's avoided it, but got collected with Regal. And now we're going to watch the 14 of Ben trying to do something to Rooney as they come off 4, and going to ramp Rooney and slow down just a little bit. That's going to allow Robert Puckett to get 1 lap back here as they come off turn number 4. 49 laps in the books for Rooney, 47 laps in the book for Puckett, as Regal's going to be right there. Those 2 drivers are going to split them, and Rooney's going to avoid all contact there. But here comes Ben once again. Ben's going to try to take out Jimbo, and Puckett's going to be right there with him. As we're going to try to find some more mayhem throughout the field. Derek's back on the track in that 041. He's still holding on to your 3rd position. He's going to be 48 laps down, with the 49 laps down for Robert Puckett. I believe that was Andrew Regal. I've seen, yes, it's Andrew Regal in that 08 machine. He's on his lid coming off of turn number 4, as Rooney and Puckett both avoid Regal, who's going to come around and flip Regal back over. That's going to be Armando Melgoza. He's going to be the saver of the race, most likely, as he's been flipping everyone back onto their shoes, as Ben's going to ramp over Regal there. They're going to try to take out the 27 of Rooney. And Rooney's avoided all of it. He's on lap number 53. Robert Puckett is on lap 51. And he's going to have to hold off that 041 of Derek, as Derek is still on lap number 51 as well. He's trying to close that gap on Robert Puckett and avoid all the mayhem. And it's kind of hard here, as Melgoza is going to try to take out Rooney, swing and a miss there as they came off turn number 2. Watch out for Melgoza as he spins out there in turn number 2. He's going to come back up the track most likely and take someone out. He's going to cut back into the infield. As someone ended up spinning out Robert Puckett, that's going to allow Derek to get around for 2nd position as Robert gets back underway. As we are on the last 5 laps, the 08 of Regal spun out Rooney. Rooney is going to get collected by Melgoza. Melgoza is going to go back on his side and go around, and Rooney's down on the bottom. Puckett is back into your 2nd position, as Puckett is getting back, trying to get back on the lead lap. He's completed 54 laps, and Jimbo Rooney has completed 56 laps. He's trying to get back under his feet here. Robert Puckett's trying to close that gap just a little bit. As you see, the 45 and the 041 both right there with each other, and Andrew Regal's going to take out the 041 of Derek. Here comes Josh Slater. He's going to try to take out the 45 of Robert Puckett. And Robert is going to maintain here. Jimbo Rooney is on lap number 57. As we are in the closing laps here of your race, the 041 of Derek's going to be right behind him as they work their way off turn number 4, with 2 laps remaining here tonight in your 60-lap event here, with Jimbo Rooney still running in the front here in that 27 machine. Robert Puckett is in second, with Josh Slater spinning out right in front of him, and the 041 of Derek's going to collect him. Derek's going to try to make that pass on Robert Puckett here, as I believe the white flag just got flown out here, as Derek's going to take over your 2nd position. In that 041, Robert Puckett's going to be in 3rd. Josh Slater in that 30 machine, he's going to try to cause mayhem here. We're going to go back up to your front with Jimbo Rooney, who's going to slow him down, who's going to end up taking him up. Ben's going to try to take him out there coming off turn 4. And take the win home is Jimbo Rooney in the 27 machine. Derek in that 041, he's trying to close the gap just a little bit here. Or, I'm sorry, not close the gap, but maintain a gap there on Robert Puckett. Derek in that 041 is going to finish out in second. And Robert Puckett, he's going to try to limp that car back around. And as I say that, he's taking everyone out here. And Robert Puckett is going to take home third. And fourth was Josh Slater in that 30 machine with 54 laps complete. And Andrew Regal in that 08 machine had 37 laps complete. He rounds out your top 5. Armando Melgoza, he finished 27 laps. He's going to finish out in 6th. Ben in that 14 machine right there, he's completed 26 laps. He's going to finish out in 7th. With 25 laps in the books is going to go to Aiden Schramm in the 86. We're going to hear from your top 3 drivers here momentarily. As you see the drivers having fun after this race is over with. Here momentarily we will be hearing from your top 3. And just so that way all the viewers know, the overlays were actually working for the Better Half Classic, and I don't know what happened between the Better Half Classic and this broadcast. Hopefully we have everything fixed and ready to go for next week for your championship, as the championship race will be at Martinsville. And Jimbo's still out on the track doing some laps. We'll go ahead and hear from Derek, as Derek's kindly waiting there and ready for his interview. And Derek, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
That was a good race here tonight, man. Early on, it seemed like you got into the mayhem and had to come back from it, and you came back multiple times. You and Robert had y'all's own little race there, and it's kind of different seeing you running a modified instead of the off-road truck. How was tonight's race with all the mayhem and everything?
Oh, I kept on saying, he's just like, guys, you're going after the wrong modified driver here. I'm not the one in the lead. I mean, I was in the lead for like 5 or so laps, but, you know, they kept going after the wrong one. I'm like, no, not me. Take out Jimbo. Send him out of the ballpark, not me.
Right. And that was kind of watching it now. You're on Jimbo's rear. They're going in the turn, but it looks like y'all were, once you got taken out multiple times, you were down at least 2 laps, it seemed like, trying to come back through. How was that with tonight's mayhem as well?
Oh, it was one of those that I knew it was a work in progress throughout that whole race, because I knew, you know, after we spoke the last time, I was doing some testing. It was just like, in the Pro 4 truck, I'm going to be too slow if I do the cutting the course trick. And of all the other cars that I tested, the modified was the only one I could drive decent with. But it was just flat out chaos. Trying to avoid everything. Aiden seemed like he was going after me. Ben, I know Ben's tricks, so I was just like, all right, where's he going to turn? Hit the brake. Oh, swing and a miss. You know, but just there's just a couple people I could not get away from. Aiden being one of them. But no, it's not the result I was hoping for. You know, trying to close in on the points lead that Jimbo has. But mathematically, I think I'm still in there for the championship. I just need Aiden to actually send Jimbo to the moon next week.
It's going to be hard to get back up to the points lead. You need everyone to show up, and mathematically you would still be in contention for the points.
And that's what I'm trying to look up right now, is to see if...
Looking at the points, after tonight, you are 57 points behind Jimbo. So that'd be, if Jimbo doesn't show up, Jimbo already has it locked up there.
Oh, damn. So you're already on the points
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
Okay.
And with next week being at Martinsville, what kind of tricks do you have up your sleeve for that one, if you want to disclose that information here?
Too early to say right now, because I don't know. Even when officials go there, I do not race Martinsville because of the I know you're broadcasting, because of the circus that it could be.
Correct.
And everything else. So now that we're going there, I already have an idea of what car I'm going to drive. I'm just going to do a couple of test sessions, see how hard I can drive it. Yeah, maybe close out the season with a win.
Yes, sir.
So, but no, that didn't end the way I wanted it to, but it still had fun.
And that's all that matters with this kind of league, man. To me, it's a Sunday fun day, and just come out here and have a blast and let all your aggression kind of out for the week before the next week starts.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And with the way Knoxville's been going, with all the other morons, that's out there. I needed this race.
Yes, sir.
So,
congratulations once again on finishing second here tonight. And do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just the usual. Just want to thank pretty much everyone at KBM for keeping me around. And other than that, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking the time after the race and joining over here for the post-race interview, man.
Oh, not a problem.
And hopefully next week we catch you back on the podium, but one spot better to wrap up the season, man.
Oh, most definitely.
All right. You have a good night, man.
You as well.
Yep. And there you have it, your second place runner of Derek in that 041. Still don't see Jimbo or Robert, so I don't know if they're going to come over here and do the post-race interview with me tonight. But congratulations on those two drivers to get into the top three. Kind of funny there, just by listening to Jimbo and Robert talk here on iRacing. If you watched the Better Half race earlier, Sarah Rooney finished out in third, and Tracy Puckett ended up winning that race. And so those two other halves of Jimbo and Robert, they ended up swapping spots there, and Jimbo takes home the win, and Robert in third. Trying to give them just a little bit, and no one's over there yet. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it a night here on Right Rear Racing. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that have joined in, and we'll catch you next time here on Right Rear Racing. Everyone have a good night.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Alright, rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed with the throttle wide open and a need for speed. Saw the drama, the thrill, the slide jobs and spins. Legends born in the booth and on tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Alright, we're racing, we out, hold tight, see you next